Today we have discussed the netting part and the Fortigate NAT, how to enable a NAT and PAT, and what is a NAT, what is a PAT. Okay, NAT is the change the private IP into the public IP, which is given the dynamic pool is provided, and then convert the one-to-one mapping like that. And there are two type of NAT: the source NAT and destination NAT. Source NAT, whenever the source user try to hit the outside, then the source IP is translated to the outside interface in other IP, public IP. And destination, and when the from the outside user hit to the firewall and then translate to the into the private IP. And PAT is the part of the net overloaded. That means multiple private IPv addresses a single public IP and address using the different source ports. And NAT 64 and NAT 46. NAT 64, that means mechanism that allow the IPv4 addresses host and communicate with the IPv4 addresses host, and the reverse. That means IPv4, there are multiple in public IPs, IPv4, IPv6, and this communicate with the IPv4, IPv4 public IPs. Then using the NAT 64, NAT 46. That is, matlab IPv4 6 to IPv4 4 and IPv4 to IPv6. That means 64 and 46, and NAT 66. NAT between the two IPv6 networks, like means both the IPs are the IPv6 IPs. And configuration the mode for the NAT. There are two way of the configuration: the source NAT and destination NAT. Firewall policies NAT. There are two way of configuration: source NAT and destination NAT. And the firewall policy NAT, firewall policy NAT. The source NAT and destination must be configured each firewall policies. Each and every firewall policy. Source NAT use the outgoing interface address and configuration the IP ports, and destination NAT uses the configuration BIP as the destination addresses. And central NAT, the source NAT and destination NAT configuration are done per virtual domain. That it is applied to the multiple firewall policies based on source NAT and NAT rules. Again, firewall policy source NAT. Source NAT, uh, when you simply using the interface addresses. That means just enable the net part and use the interface. That means whenever whatever the IP is configured, the interface existing interface, or maybe outgoing interface, in this diagram, in the port 1. That means whatever IPs is configured on the port 1, that is a so part of the source NAT. Okay, and then when the user hit the outside of the internet, then the private IP is converted into the public interface NAT IP, and then go to the destination like this. 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot, that's the user. Okay, and hit the outside any IPs. That is a 203.0.113.10. That is the netting source net IP. That is convert and then go to the destination. And IPv pool, that means whenever whenever using the dynamic pool, then it will create a dynamic pool name, and then external IP range, just and allow this call this policy. Okay, like this. There's a pool, this 2030.113.2 to 2030.113.5. That is a pool. There's a pool. The one user, 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot, the user hit the outside the internet, then one of the IP in this pool is assigned netting part of the netting, this assigned to this like a map, and then one map, and then translate and go to the outside with the source port like this. uh, Order IP, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Any one IP is translate and then hit to the destination like this. And IP pool type 1 to 1, the 1 to 1 mapping. That means one user come to one IP, other user come to other IP. When the IP pool is full, like 5 user at a time go to outside, at a time go to outside, then all the pool IP is full. and sixth one is came and tried to reach the internet and tried to access any website like Facebook, google.com, and then in this case they do not provide any IP and then drop the packet and do not allow this traffic. Okay, we can see the session on the Fortigate firewall, the get system session list, and this for this command we can use and check the sessions, how many sessions are created, okay, and how many sessions are dropped. And after the full the UPI that is connection, there are no allocated addresses. I will pull the fixed port range. That is a fixed port range. That the 11 is a fixed port. 680.800.680.0. I pull type of the block port allocation. That port is blocked allocation. I pull assign the block size and the number per host per range, external IP range. Okay, using the small 64 block size, and this diagnose system session address and session count 79, using the older type in the H ping faster and 80, and that means session 102 setup and rate, and 10117 is a sync the send the state. Virtual IP is a VIP is a use for the destination NAT, and default type is a static NAT and certain restricted forward only the certain port. Okay, so first of all we have created a virtual VIP, and then external IP 10.64.100.22 and mapped IP is 10.0.1.10 is a mapped, that this private IP is mapped to the external IP, this one, and the call this policy in destination NAT. Okay, uh, uh, and enable and disable the CLI by the central NAT. Then is enable configure system setting, go to the configuration system and then set central NAT enable and disable. Okay, and by the policy by the GUI then can use this. Okay. uh, and the policies calling this type of policies up top to bottom. When policies match then go to the allow, and it is not a match then go to the down and so on. That means like this is map this IP, and whenever the user hit from the outside this IP 22 and translate to the 10.10.10 this server goes to this server.